Good evening and welcome to the podcast Straight Talk with Sanjeev Mehta. Sir, and I would like to introduce Mr. Achyut Bhandari, the person whom I'll be talking with today. Mr. Achyut Bhandari is a seasoned, I would say, person in Bhutan. He started his career with Ministry of Foreign Affairs and worked there for 15, 16 years as director. And later he joined Ministry of Economic Affairs as Director General and later Joint Secretary. And later he became the CEO of Bhutan Post. And after retirement, he's working as a freelance consultant, worked with ABB, an international organization. Even I had an opportunity to work with him for the economic development policy of Bhutan. And welcome, Mr. Bhandari, on the post. This is, as you know, this is the first anniversary of first year since India attacked Pakistan, Operation Sindoor, especially the terror infrastructure based in Pakistan.
Yes.
It was a very swift and precise strike at those infrastructure. It was probably Government of India's response communicating that India is a more confident country now and is not ready to tolerate any cross-border terrorism. This discussion today is basically to know what neighbors of India thinks about it, especially from Bhutan, a country which is very close to India. The people who are very good friends of India, it's very important that how they believe about this. In this context, I have a few questions to you, sir. One is, what was your immediate response to Operation Sindoor? Did you think it was a bold step, it was a risky gamble, or it was a necessary action that Government of India had to take?
Well, Sanjeev, thank you for asking me these questions. Naturally, I was shocked when I heard the news of the Pahalgam attack, where more than 20 people, basically tourists, lost their lives for no reason, and it was shocking, to see such an event in our neighborhood, and especially in India, a country with which Bhutan has a very close and good relationship for many years.
Yes.
As far as the response from India, is concerned, I think it was only natural that India acted the way it did, because I think the cross-border, tension and leading to occasional skirmishes and uh, even firing between two sides has been ongoing on and off, for many years.
Yeah. It became
And
almost usual.
exactly, and this has been very problematic, not only for India and others, also for regional peace and security. And I think this time India was sort of almost fed up, or at least had come to the point that unless it did something decisive, then this sort of problem may continue in the future. So from that point of view, I think I personally, as a Bhutanese, fully understand and appreciate India's actions, and I think which has, as you mentioned, I think raised India's profile in the international, in the global arena. Its ability to act decisively at the place and time of its choosing when its national interests are hurt. And I think this is something that all other countries would do. I mean, look at what's happening in the Middle East at the moment, between US, Iran, and and Israel. So I view the Operation Sindoor as a logical response to a very horrifying incident.
Yes. Basically, going from there means looking for your response. How do you think the response of ordinary Bhutanese to this, to whom you were communicated and contact and discuss with, what was their response? Was it a sense of support to India? Was there a sense of caution or neutrality?
Um, with the colleagues that I discuss or exchange my views, I think there was a very unanimous view
Okay,
that India did the right thing,
okay.
right?
Uh-huh.
And I think this probably is a general view from most Bhutanese.
Yeah.
There can always be a few
Few
exceptions, right?
exceptions are always
But
there.
by and large, if you
Yeah.
look at Indo-Bhutan relations, relations between at the
Yeah.
personal level
Yeah.
between the Bhutanese and the Indian people, there is a tremendous goodwill,
Yeah.
for India from the Bhutanese people and vice versa.
Yeah.
So we as Bhutanese were, supportive of the action and sort of almost, we um, mourned the death of so many lives in our own ways,
Yeah.
all right. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think we all the government itself had a butter lamp lighting and
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
during that time.
Yes.
So this is a general view of the Bhutanese on that issue, I would think.
Yeah. Sir, basically now more from a perspective of a professional, also professional diplomat in the beginning. How do you see this Operation Sindoor change the perspective of regional security environment?
I think it has sent, strong lessons in the neighborhood that India is a country to be reckoned with in terms of defense preparedness and action when needed, but also a very responsible member of the international community.
Yeah. Ending the
Be-
war when it was right time.
yes, exactly. And I think if you look at the state of affairs since Operation Sindoor, while there have been few incidents, but thank God nothing of that kind has taken place. So it may be to some extent because of the brave response of the Indian government in trying to eliminate terrorist camps and infrastructure across the border.
Then do you think, sir, that's basically also an communication that the I think the new technology also enable government of India to have this problem, settle this problem on a scale which was just appropriate,
Um,
and also not really going down to nuclear blackmail by Pakistan.
well, I mean, nuclear, talking about nuclear, I mean, there are only a handful of countries who have this privilege. I don't know which this is. One needs to celebrate those countries who have nuclear power or not. That I leave it to others, because people point finger at you and saying that, well, what makes you special to have that capability and not us?
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
think
yeah,
of
yeah.
Iran and Israel or Iran and USA,
The same.
but anyway, the reality is that both countries have it, and one needs to be responsible not to use it, and I'm sure India would not have used anything of that matter, would use that in the future, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But as far as the other party is concerned, I don't know. We don't know enough. I don't know
about
enough
that. Yeah.
about
Okay.
what their motives are. But from my encounters and all that, I mean, Pakistani people are no different from the Indian
Pure,
people.
we are all
It is
same South Asians.
exactly. I mean, they're such nice people, very friendly people. And it is the government, that for I don't know, for the sake of the um, for the sake of the army or the political parties, this long dispute between India and Pakistan is a is a big blot, in our regional cooperation, and because of that, SARC has not progressed far enough.
Yeah.
This is
That's been,
this is this
this
is
is one thing
this
that's
is this is based from my experience working as a SARC
absolutely right on
director,
that part.
as also from what has happened since I left the foreign ministry so many years back, and our hope, or my personal hope, is that the two countries would find ways to resolve it.
I think that's very
It's
necessary
been
for
festering, like a wound,
yeah,
for so long, and unless the both sides are bold enough and say, look, let's keep this behind and move ahead. I
we
think
require
the region, the situation will continue to haunt both the countries.
So it's just very imaginary question again. It's a hypothetical scenario. Any other country you can think in the similar situation, what would have been their response? Would it like what India has chosen, or greater restraint? What would be the options for any country in the same situation as India was? In your opinion, how they would have responded?
Well, that's difficult to say. It's a hypothetical question. I mean, each country has its own principles, values, and strategies. But I'm sure no country would want to see their people killed. All of a sudden. And I'm sure that they would have taken steps, whether it would have been as bold as what India took, but obviously steps would have been taken. I mean, the comparison is between Israel and Palestine. Remember? To 2023, when so many people were, killed by the Palestinians, and after that, that war still continues. So I think it's the basic right and duty of a nation to protect its people. And they would take the best options available at that time. That would address that situation.
That also depends upon the level of defense.
Exactly. Exactly. Otherwise, the problem will continue fester.
Thank you very much, sir, for your very insightful views on everything, and you really provided an interesting point of view, especially from the perspective of an average Bhutanese.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sanjeev.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.